guys, so this video is going to be our February sensory box, and this is actually the first sensory box that we make. I've been kind of researching it a lot and I've been meaning to make one for Aria, but I thought, why not start in February? It's a cute month to start just because of all the little hearts and all the love things that we can put in the box. And I thought it would be a good video idea just to show you guys if you were interested. If you don't know what a sensory box is or why make one, basically I've decided to make one just because I thought it would be a fun activity for Aria, and it's a really good learning and development activity as well. If anybody asks me what to get for Aria, I just say anything that is a learning toy or a book or something like that, just because that's what I want to push on Aria to read, to learn, and just to develop all her skills. So in researching sensory boxes, basically it helps out. It's visually appealing to them. They like to hear different things. The base of the box is usually rice or beans or something like that, so they like to feel all the different textures. And I don't know about you guys, but Aria loves to play with our pots and pans, our plastic containers in the kitchen, and she may have every toy on the planet, but she loves to play with these things just because she likes to experiment and investigate just things that she's not supposed to play with. So this is definitely something that you can't just give to your child and walk away. You have to supervise them and you have to kind of play with them and teach them all the different things that are in the box. So other good things that sensory boxes are for, it helps them with transferring. So there's little scoops or shovels in there that you can throw in there so you can help them transfer either the beans or the rice or whatever it is that you choose to use in your sensory box. It helps them with just transferring from the big container to either smaller containers or whatever else you place in there. And it helps them with their motor skills just because of getting all the little things that are in there, and it helps them just with coloring. You can basically gear it wherever you want. So as she gets older, it's going to change a little bit, and I think this is something that we're going to do for a long time. So as she gets older, we'll start with counting and with different colors. I've already kind of started with 1, 2, and 3s and ABC, and just kind of helping her learn different colors. It's never really too early, and I feel like the more you push those things, the more she's gonna get it in her head and the faster she'll learn them. So it's never too early. This box is definitely more Valentine's Day inspired. That's why I wanted to get it up today, but I really wanted to give it to her on Valentine's Day, so I'll just give it to her the day before Valentine's Day so you guys can see it before as well. And I'm just gonna go ahead and get started to show you guys what we got. Everything we got was from either things we had around the house or from Dollar Tree. I love Dollar Tree. So this is everything that we picked up, including the container. The container I actually already had from a previous project, but I purchased it at the dollar store, and I'll start with that. This is just a regular shoe box container that you can pick up really anywhere, but the dollar store has them for $1, and they have lids. I think they also have different color lids, but I just picked up the regular plain white one. So for the base of the sensory box, I'm going to use rice and also barley, just to add different color and different textures, because barley is just a little bit rounder and a little bit rougher, so she can just feel different textures. And I picked this up from the dollar store, and it's just little M&Ms with a little frog and a little heart, and it's just nice because it's like a little rattle. Obviously she's not going to be eating the chocolates in here or anything like that, but she's just going to have fun kind of just rattling that, and it'll be cute to have just in the box. And that's what it looks like. I also picked up these little containers. They're heart-shaped, and I thought this was good for transferring because they're basically little boxes. So you open them and she can use one of the little scoops to put all the grains in here and take them out and just play and practice her transferring skills. So that's why I picked this up, and this is what it looks like. It comes in a pack of 10. And then I also picked these up. I think this is more like a scrapbooking, it was made for scrapbooking, I'm thinking. And they're just red hearts, so they kind of stick out a little bit, and I just feel like that is a different texture that she hasn't necessarily had the chance to feel. And and then in the back it's just, you can stick them to little cards or anything like that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and stick them in the box. And also once we're done kind of playing with the sensory box, I'm gonna be making kind of like Valentine's Day cards for her dad and maybe her grandparents, and we're gonna stick these on there. So that's gonna be kind of a double purpose for these. I don't know if you could really see it, but they're really nice and pretty thick. So that's why I picked these up, and these are 6 to a pack. Then I also picked up these. These are just foam stickers that I thought we can also use for the Valentine's Day cards, and you could just throw a bunch into the sensory box so she can feel them. And this obviously is a completely different texture. She's felt this before just because her alphabets on the floor are kind of the foam material, but they're much thicker and a little rougher. So this is going to be nice for her to feel and play with as well. And then this is just something fun. They are red heart-shaped glasses, and I thought it would just be fun and cute to throw in there. And that is it for everything I picked up at the dollar store. So just a few dollars, and you get to interact with your son or daughter, and you get to teach them different things, different colors. Obviously, if she was a little bit older, I can play with her and tell me, pick out all of the red hearts or the pink hearts, and it would help her with colors. Or you know, you can throw in numbers in there and have her give you all the ones or all the twos or letters, you know. So it can definitely be fun and just molded to the age or the skill that you guys want your kids to develop at that particular time. But lastly, I already had this around my house. This is actually an additional, what do they call these? Measuring cups. I already have one that I use for cooking, but I picked up another one because we make our own laundry detergent. So I wanted to have some scoops for the laundry detergent and just keep it up there. And then I just had these extra. So I'm going to throw some in here so she can scoop some of the grain out and help her with the transferring skills into other little containers or wherever she wants to just kind of play with them. So I'm probably going to throw 2 or 3 in there so she can play with them. And then just close up the lid and have her play with everything. So I'm excited. I just got home from work, and she should be getting home in about 15 minutes. So I'm going to try to set all this up and wait for her arrival, and I'll go ahead and film once she gets to play with everything. Okay guys, so this is how it came out. I think it's so cute. The rice is all the way at the bottom, so there's kind of like 2 levels of grains, and then the top is the barley, and the shovels or the scoopers are on this side. I chose this size and a little bit smaller than this, so I just put them here. And then I thought it was a great idea to put some of the foam stickers in here, so she would need to kind of stick her little hands in there and stick them out and get them out and stuff. So that is gonna be interesting, and she's gonna love that. So now I'm just waiting for her to get home so we can start playing.